In today's video, I am going to be breaking down some big mistakes that Russell Westbrook does today and has always done in the past, and how you can avoid them yourself as a basketball player. Let's get down, let's check out Russell Westbrook and see some of the biggest mistakes that he makes. Okay, so altogether, the Lakers' defense isn't the greatest. However, what we do see is some pretty big mistakes. Number one, we should always be looking to essentially move our defense in ways so that they are able to then defend everybody. So, for example, the ball is on this wing. We have a player who is absolutely wide open in this corner, and we have a player who is essentially out of position. Russell Westbrook decides, hey, I need to go and defend Giddey instead of really protecting the three-point shot and three-point threat who's sitting right here. Now, this right here is, of course, an okay option. We can have Russell Westbrook come up and defend Giddey, but we would need Carmelo Anthony to also move over and defend this player. And then, in turn, we would have this player move down to defend the post. And then we would have Anthony Davis, who would move down and essentially defend two players. Of course, this could be a lob pass, but if this player is defending right here, he should be able to pick that off anyways. However, what do we see? We see that Russell Westbrook decides to swipe for the ball, misses it, and then in turn that ball gets to an actually good three-point shooter, and now guess what? He just stands there. He does nothing. He just watches that three go up. Now, of course, I understand the fact that, hey, that shot's going to be going up anyways, but if you started to rush that player at least it's going to maybe help at least 1% of a chance for him to miss. But nobody does that, and he hits the open three. And then we see Westbrook out in essentially no man's land, standing on his heels, literally right there. And he goes and helps to try and trap, essentially, the ball handler. From here, the ball handler passes over to Dort, and that is essentially Westbrook's man. Westbrook just decides to do a little bit of a skip and just let somebody else defend and deal with Dort. And that's just not the case of what you should be doing. In reality, yes, you could trap up top. That's totally fine. However, we need to have good team defense to be able to do that. And the Lakers just do not have that. And if your player who you were defending gets that ball, you need to be trying to run to cut him off so that he doesn't have a lane to the basket. However, we just see Dort get there very easily. And then when we turn around and we see what he does on the offensive side, literally 3 to 4 seconds later, confuses me like crazy. And when we see this, he's jogging down. Of course, he's going to do a quick jog, then he's going to try and sprint to the rim. This is what Westbrook does. He tries to catch his defenders off guard because he'll just jog down court, he'll get them on their heels, and then he'll explode to the basket. However, yeah, you just seen him lose that ball. Why did that happen? Well, first off, what should have happened is either he needs to cut across the key, and that way he can collapse multiple players onto him, and then he can kick out to one of these two players, or even have this player coming down here for a kick out. He would literally have, if he cut across the key right here, right now, he would have one option, two option, and potentially even a third option with this player coming down on that side. He could have had so many different options to get an open shot, and literally 24 seconds left with a 21-second shot clock. When that is the case, and you literally have a 3-second difference between the shot clock, get that shot up quick, because then you could actually have something happen. We can see here that he gets that ball at 26 seconds. If he could literally get a shot up within 2 seconds, he has the speed to get down there, but instead, he just jogs down court. He could have cut across early, got Carmelo open, maybe an extra pass down to the corner for this player. There was so many different options. However, instead he decides to do a high gather over top of a pretty good defender, which is technically could have been an okay move because now he's collapsing multiple defenders. But if you've got this much time left on the clock, you don't have time to be able to make mistakes like this, where the ball goes sailing out of bounds into the 4th row. You don't have time to make mistakes. This is an okay move to make a mistake on if you're in the 2nd or 3rd quarter. But when you've got 23 seconds left on the clock, guess what? You don't have time to be able to make up a 2-point deficit all that easily if you're making mistakes like this, because guess what? When that ball goes out of bounds, guess what? Now there's less than 24 seconds left. You can't have a 2-for-1 option here. So because of that, he made a massive mistake. And it's not even a forced error. He never even got contact on this move. He totally lost it. And then later on in the game, literally 2 seconds later, they had an inbounds. OKC had an inbounds play. And Shea gets that ball nice and early. What should have happened here is, if you are the closest person to the net and you can jump, that's 2 things for you right there to get that rebound. You have 2 things going for you, and you leave the back player with nobody else behind you to defend, to chase the ball, when Carmelo is not even chasing the ball, and literally the whole other team, your whole team other than Carmelo, is chasing the ball. Guess what? That player on offense has a mindset of either I'm going to take that shot, or, which would be a mistake, but either way, I'm either going to take a shot, or I'm going to dribble out this clock, or I'm going to find somebody who is wide open to be able to get that ball to him. And that is the case. Shea's not dumb. He is a very smart player. And guess what? This literally iced the game right there. That is now 4 points with 17 seconds left. I don't care how good you are, you're not going to come back from that without some magic happening. And then the biggest mistake of the game. There's 3 points on the clock. You could have got a tie here with 7 seconds left. Sprint that ball up. Don't jog. Why is he jogging with 7 seconds left? Set up the offense quickly. And because he jogged up, he didn't get up there fast enough for this offense to be able to be created. It wasn't exactly the best play ever, but at least it would have set them up for success. Carmelo Anthony was on fire, and he has been all season. Russell Westbrook is not a very good 3-point shooter, and I've broken that down in other videos. So, would you rather have Westbrook with a slightly contested 3 with Dort, or would you rather have Carmelo, who's coming off of a screen and you have 4 seconds? He needs to be able to really judge time, in my opinion, because now Carmelo Anthony's coming off. He was sprinting, but he sees that Westbrook picked up the ball to take that shot with 4 seconds left on the clock. He's just going to start jogging because he knows that that's going to be a shot. And because of that, well, guess what? 3 seconds left. He could have easily done a dribble handoff with Carmelo, which is probably what the play was calling for. I've seen this play ran with them before. And that could have been Carmelo Anthony coming off, and that is his shot. Carmelo Anthony's made a career coming off a shot towards his right. And because of that, that could have been a make. That could have been an overtime shot. But instead, they get Anthony Davis getting an offensive rebound and getting fouled, but it's over. It's after the clock. It doesn't matter. He is the one and the only reason why the Lakers continue to lose their games. LeBron James is getting older. Russell Westbrook was supposed to be the player who was supposed to be able to handle LeBron's minutes, but we all know, and I've broken this down in other videos, Westbrook is not a very good team defender, not a very good team-oriented offensive player. He wants to get his own points, which I understand. He's a very, very good basketball player. However, he does not play the team game. And on top of it all, Lakers, since LeBron James has got there, has been absolutely terrible on the team defensive side. They are very, very good one-on-one defenders, but terrible when it comes to team defense. And I've broken this down in multiple videos in the past. These are my thoughts. What are yours? Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.